Good afternoon on what is a mild, grey and cloudy day. It is Friday the 12th of July and I'm in the Read Nook with a nice hot cup of tea and a box to continue unboxing. And what I've got in here is something interesting. It is GG1, Dungeon Module GG1, Till Death Us Do Part by Heidi Garland and Eric Gygax Garland. It's an adventure for first level characters. And it looks very much like a classic TSR adventure. But it is designed for use with 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, 1st edition Dungeons and Dragons, and Castles and Crusades. It's from Gaxland, publisher. Dungeon Module GG1, Till Death Us Do Part, is the first of a planned series of 8 adventures featuring all new and original content by TSR alum Heidi Gygax Garland and Eric Gygax Garland. Includes amazing original artwork from James V. West and Mike Wilson. Additionally, featuring a detached cover that can be used as a Game Master screen with a stunning old school blue map created by TSR alum, author and master cartographer Stephen D. Sullivan. The mission. Heiress, a local lady from a celebrated house, has been kidnapped by a nasty commoner thug. He is rumoured to be holding her hostage on abandoned Grosvenor Island just north of Soreholder while he searches for the signet ring for the house of Ukar Ann. The offer: return with the Lady Heiress and the ring of Ukar Ann, and you'll be handsomely rewarded. In fact, from the return the villain Crickpaw for an additional reward. His head will do nicely as proof of the justice done. What could possibly go wrong? So let's have a look inside. So first off, you've got the cover that comes off, and then you've got inside Till Death Us Do Part, a map. And I have to say, yes, it looks a bit much like the classic blue, white on blue maps of TSR from the early 80s, but that really does seem to be very large for what it's trying to convey. Really could have been cut down quite a lot. You've also got this slip of paper, which is basically digital proof of purchase for digital downloading, and then you're into the adventure itself. Not much of an introduction here, really. Basically, got a little bit there, and then helpful information is in the box. Blue box sections and grey box section is presented contents information about the monsters and so on, and you've got the credits there. So you open up, and in the beginning, box information presented like this information is intended to be presented. It is intended to be read out to the players. That's an awful lot of information to read out to your players. That's a lot of exposition, but you do have a nice tentacular piece there by James V. West. And essentially what you've got is the beginning, then you've got an encounter. So you've got really 2 sections there, but there isn't much of a break between the 2. And then turning over the page, we have details of the first encounter, basically it's up against a septopus. So yeah, that's going to be creature with 9 tentacles, I suppose. And then we're on to encounter 2. Again, which I still think is sort of like in the dark because you need some light there. Another combat encounter, possibly with some castaways, and another large wodge of exposition. All this has to be read out to the player characters. We've got some stats there for the characters, NPCs that the player characters are going to encounter. Another encounter with a strange tree, and then and then with a leaf spider, nice illustration there from James V. West, and then weird encounter with some boots, which you can wear. Absolute Bay. Wearing these boots, your speed becomes 30 feet unless your speed is higher, or your speed isn't reduced, and so on. And you can jump 3 times the distance. I'm just not entirely sure that is that entirely the right illustration for a pair of boots. But they do fit perhaps an encounter with a bachelor party for one, I suppose. In fact, the bachelor in question is Elijah the Goblin. And whilst there's no any treasure, does have a clue there. So player characters can investigate further, get some nice bit of action-packed artwork, and then a strange encounter. Waterfowl. So any encounter is improved with a duck, as they say. And then got skeletons in the closet. Strange encounter with Protestants. Hopefully that's just people protesters. And then just swipe left to the next encounter. Not quite sure what's going on there, but and then encounter with this blonde woman, blonde maiden, essentially. She will tell you what's going on. Another fight. Or a final encounter with this creature in sort of like icy webs with a Les Mine Allay, essentially a stealer of dreams. The stats of that for there. And question at the end, epilogue, do we still get paid? And that ends part 1. And now we've basically got thanks to the playtesters, cast of NPCs there, and then some pre-generated characters you can download to play the adventure, and then a teaser for the next adventure at the end there. And then it comes to a close, and you've got a classic James V. West character sheet. And he's done numerous character sheets designed over and over again for his Black Pudding fanzine, which is absolutely excellent. But you've got one there for use with this campaign. My first comment is it's quite difficult to quite work out what's going on here, just from looking at what's on the page. And essentially you sort of feel like this section for the Dungeon Master really should have been at the front, which would better set the scene for the Dungeon Master. But it looks to be quite a simple, straightforward adventure. You've got a better image of that artwork on the front there. You saw it inside, and again on the back. So you've got a couple of nice pieces of artwork front and back. Not so much inside, I suppose, and there's an awful lot of blue text exposition. But that is Dungeon Module GG1, Till Death Us Do Part. I do have access to the expansion. There's an expansion to this, and there's also the next part as well. Hoping to do unboxings and reviews of those as I can get hold of them. Anyway, I do hope that you enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you did, then please do click on the like button down below. And if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a box containing a book or game, or in this case, a scenario from members of the Gygax family, that one of whom actually appeared in the adverts for Game World back in the 70s, and they could be best described as just a little bit racy for the time, then please do click on the subscribe button down below. And of course, I will be here with my cup of tea. So, thanks again for watching another unboxing of the Nook. I will be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.